You cannot be a competitor. You cannot lay a hand on anyone.
As long as I'm not provoked, well, everything should be okay.
What I suggest is that you don't provoke him.
No more.
Less.
No more. The end is here. The end is here.
HMG, the recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Hamid Media Group. This is NXT.
I say dummy. Dummy. Yeah.
Next Level Podcast.
Woo! I'm going to the top, and I'm going to the moon. Woo! Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good night. Whenever you're listening or watching, it is me, the real RB. Oh, wait, it's not. That's my fucking tagline. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the reporter of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to say to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling today. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Next Level Wrestling Review. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you, as I fade this out very slowly. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the 4-time Philadelphia arm wrestling champion.
I was born with the mic in my hand. Then I took it from a
The winner
to the SI land. I pulled up on the block, got out
of the
truck,
mixed midget tag team titles
The era of
7
the seven
times. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one, the only, my friend and yours, a Rip Rogers guy. He is the vet. Good morning, vet. How are you, sir?
Hello, everyone. I didn't see you there. I don't Google the any of those titles that Ray mentioned. I do not think that. I think you can just take his word for it that I have those titles. Do not try to look them up, though. Just take his word for it.
Dude, you had that mixed midget shit, man. That shit was awesome, dude. How was it wrestling?
I know, man.
How was it tagging with 2 other midgets?
It can be.
I'm sorry, little people. I apologize.
Yeah, it can be a little challenging.
Oh, can it?
You see what I did there. But
shit, vet.
What's that?
Kevin grew up in Philly. He's probably seen you wrestle there.
I mean, it was probably before he was born, so I think we're good.
You sure?
Well, I hope he has, but
that Philadelphia Cream Cheese Championship that you won 4 times, like how did they make the belt actually look like cream cheese? That's fucking cool. That's some good tooling, right?
Yeah,
is that what they say?
I maybe. If I remember correctly, what they did was they crafted based on the little silver, white, and blue box, you know, that it comes in. They use that as an inspiration. What's wrong with your coffee, Ray?
Dude, I put so much fucking coffee in my coffee this morning. It tastes like it has alcohol. That's how strong it is. I made the strongest. I made a Mark Henry size, Mark Henry tasting type of coffee.
Broasters, I assume, could only be.
This ain't fucking Broasters, bro.
Oh,
It's not. No, Broasters is way better than this shit.
Oh.
This is actually Folgers.
Oh,
I didn't have. All right, so here's the deal. With Bustelo or Pilon, which are 2 Spanish coffees. Yo, you know what? All right, let me finish saying what I'm saying first, and then I'll jump into, because I'm all over the place all the time. those things, I usually use about 1 tablespoon of coffee per cup when I'm making it, right? Folgers is kind of iffy because it's American coffee, so it's a little weaker, if that makes any sense, just like the country. And the fact is that what they do is I have to kind of figure out, like, it's make like 2 tablespoons. Is it 2 heaping tablespoons or 2 regular tablespoons? I like heaping tablespoons, but I think I went over the edge. This is disgusting, but I'm going to drink it.
Okay. Now, when you say weaker, you're saying in relation to
potency.
What, Colombia? Oh,
like
well,
taste.
You said the country, so I just was trying to clarify which country were weaker then.
What country is Legato from?
Mexico.
All right, we're stronger than them.
Okay.
I think we go over. But anyway, dude, first and foremost, can we finish our conversation? What were we talking about off air?
How American Dad is trash?
It's not trash. American Dad is not trash. American Dad it's fantastic. I think it's so smart. Actually, I find American Dad to be funnier than Family Guy now at this point in juncture.
It may be. It may be.
You don't think so?
Well, I don't watch them, so I sort of gave up after a certain point, So I can't really compare now.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of know the initial impressions of when the shows came out and the way I thought then, which was that it was like a watered down sort of version.
No. So it was Colin's birthday, and we were talking off air about how, you didn't, I don't know, like you just sent him an emoji cake. You didn't, say hi or like really text him or sing him happy birthday or anything like that. Just.
Hey, you brought that up because
I don't know.
You don't know why you brought it up.
I like Colin. I just
really.
I don't think you do.
You?
Yes, I do.
Of all people.
Yeah, I love Colin.
Like Colin.
I love Colin.
Should I pull up a list of quotes?
No, you may not.
Things that you said.
Why would you do that?
You're right. I shouldn't do that.
Hey, you know what?
I just shouldn't bring stuff up.
Hey, you know what I've been watching?
What's that?
Well,
I did know this.
I've been watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, and I have to be honest with you, it's quite good. It's my Patrick Stewart. All right, so this fucking intro is way too long. I got to cut it in and out. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get a strike. So what do you? So would you like to give it a fucking bring back Heel Ray? You know what? Hey, who's in the chat right now? Can you run that down for us, guys? While we jump in.
Okay, so I'm thinking, what do we got here? I see we got Gamblefers, of course, as always. We got the real RBV is here.
What?
Chappie's here. Yes, he's here. He's here. He says American Dad is great, but it's starting to go in the crazy direction.
Hold on.
Okay. Cut it.
I'm cutting it now.
And he's also saying share the show link on social media. I thought you did, but
I did. If you
anything.
Listen, at the bottom, you see what we did there? Me and Vet, we actually worked on changing things. You see our names at the top now. You see where you can follow us. You can follow us on at Big Ray Hernandez and at Pinion Haver. So I posted it yesterday.
So moving along.
Yes.
Nobody Worth to Remember, who says American Dad is better than The Simpsons. I mean, I'm sure it is now.
Oh, sure fucking is.
Nothing's better than the first 9 seasons of The Simpsons ever in American TV, but after that, it definitely falls apart.
I agree.
Yeah, we got Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass, The Standard.
Hold on. Number 1, Warp 5.
Are we struck yet? I'm pretty sure that's...
No, not yet.
Kevin Kimmons, of course. It's from Philly. And that's who I see right now, Scott Woodford. Got in here.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for joining us. The real RBV is here. I can't believe he's here.
And Nobody Worth to Remember says that you forgot when you were introducing me to say one of the most interesting people on YouTube.
You are very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
and
so
that is faint praise, though, because there's a lot of uninteresting people on YouTube that somehow have millions of followers, and we're just out here doing our thing. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I go to YouTube quite often, almost every single day, and
it's the new TV.
it boggles. It is the new TV, and it boggles my mind how there's certain channels that have certain people on these channels that fucking suck. They have no personality. They might have
most of them.
They're terrible. And like this is Tech Review. I'm not gonna shout him out because I don't want a lawsuit, but maybe I can. Anyway, John, his name is John something. John with an R. Okay, and he works for Techno Buff or something. Anyway, he's one of the first YouTubers like from 2009 or whatever, you know. And I think one of his first viral videos was reviewing fucking the original iPhone. This guy has not changed from that time all the way. Like, yeah, he talks a little better, but he has no fucking, like, he's not entertaining. Like, I don't know how people, and his videos are over an hour long, talking about specs and shit on the phones. I don't know.
It's amazing, and it's saddening, but then I look at it this way: like when I'm out in the world,
The world
I mean,
sucks.
first of all, I try to be a humble guy, but when I'm out there and I always feel like I'm surrounded by morons everywhere I go, and then I have to think like, well, why do these people over here have so big of an audience, and why do people like us, you know, we're like struggling and scrapping, and we're the underdogs and stuff? And I just realize it's because, you know, the more intellectual people come here, and then the 90% of the idiots and stuff go over there. So it's a small comfort, but I'm rationalizing it that way. Like, we're above the masses in a way.
Are you talking about
that means all you guys here in the chat are elite company because you have great taste, and you wouldn't watch unboxing videos, you know, just for the hell of it, with some no charisma having motherfucker showing you something that you probably already bought.
You know what's funny? Funny that you mentioned unboxing. So, hold on, we getting put over here. What is this here? You are the 1%. What does that mean?
We are in the top 1%.
Is that a good thing?
Well, it was EC3's theme song, so.
Trouble, 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 trouble. Will we get struck out if I start just saying trouble, trouble, trouble over and over again?
No, not that.
You promise?
Yes. I wouldn't recommend it as entertaining material. We were just talking about how we've got an elite show, and I don't think we want to sing EC3's theme song from, you know, TNA or whatever. So,
okay. Well, listen, I got to get out of here before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. So, ladies and gentlemen,
that was our show.
You can follow. So you know, real quick, man. Who was it that said that I always post like the links?
He said he meant the HMG account. I guess didn't give a heads up or something. Your personal account did, but.
Oh no!
I mean, that's okay. I don't.
The HMG Twitch or Twitter. I mean, or YouTube, because YouTube becomes like I put it up last night at around 1 something my time a.m.
I think it's safe to say you did your part, Ray.
I tried.
I don't think anybody here is really questioning you, except me sometimes. And my question is, what do we have for a 3 count today?
Well, speaking of the 3 count, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the 1. It is time for the 1, the 2, the 3 count. Warp 3. Warp 3.
That was dangerously close to the count from Sesame
This
Street.
is the 3 count with today's biggest stories in pro wrestling, world news, pop culture, sports, and more. And now, back to Big Ray and the Vet.
That pumps me up, ladies and gentlemen. But nothing pumps me up more than this very first topic we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the NBA Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, last night, the Milwaukee Bucks, for the very first time, became your WWE Universal Champions, defeating the Phoenix Suns. CP3 going down like Colin in a truck stop. Ladies and gentlemen, Did you watch any of the game? You were telling me yesterday that well, actually, before I even do that, I thought it'd be cool if maybe I could play a little clip of this real quick. This is pretty momentous. Of course, so I'm gonna get the obligatory 5-second commercial, but I can skip through it. And here we go.
Jeff, with 9.5 remaining, a miracle finish would have to obviously happen for Phoenix to pull it out. And again, they're out of timeouts.
That's why you've got to concentrate on the details.
Booker turns, shoots, fires. Shot won't go. Tucker the rebound. And that'll do it. It's over. The Bucks have done it. The long wait has ended. After a half century, the Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions once again.
And the crowd goes wild. Ladies and gentlemen, the Milwaukee Bucks, for the first time in 50 fucking years, are NBA world champions. And my Knicks haven't won since 1972. Vet, I have a question for you. You told me that you stopped watching basketball quite some time ago. Why?
I feel as though that the game that I grew up watching really started to fall off at a certain point, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
Okay, but like how? Like what is it? Because I understand. I get what you're saying. Because this is probably the same reason why I really don't watch boxing anymore.
Yeah, boxing too. It's a lot of that is it's happening across all the sports. Like they're really losing my interest in general. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's because I'm sort of growing out of it a little bit, or maybe it's because they really are slipping. I think there's cases to be made for both. But as far as basketball goes, it was like when I was growing up, it was kind of like about the MJ era, and it was almost like who could beat Jordan.
Right.
And then when Jordan stepped away, that sort of story was lost. But there was still some decent basketball. But like I just saw the fundamental parts of the game really break down. When I watch basketball now, and with the exception of a few players and a few teams, it just looks like a circus. Like when the clowns, come out of the car and just start fumbling around all over the place. I see guys like just missing shots. I see them traveling. Like there's a lot of traveling now that just doesn't get called. They call it a Euro step or some bullshit like that now. But there's no the ticky tack fouls. Everything about it. It's just right. and the overall softness of this generation. So it's a real turnoff to me, and I just don't see good fundamental basketball when I watch anymore. I feel so you. I don't watch it continuously. I may check in on a play here or there just to make sure they still suck, and then once I see that they do, I continue walking through the room.
So we got a comment here. NBA equals BLM, Black Lives Matter, and I think that is something that we can talk about really quickly. Is that one of the reasons why a lot of the people did, or from what I understand, a lot of people did move away was because the NBA became way too political. I mean, this story is about something cool though.
Okay, look, anybody that says they don't watch sports because it got too political, you're basically just outing yourself as a closet racist. Come on.
You think so?
Like, does that really have to do with it? I mean, I
watched it anyway. I didn't give a fuck.
I do get it to a certain extent of you don't like having things sort of like crammed down your throat, but you can't. It's like you can't have a league that's made up of predominantly black players and then not acknowledge these things that are going on. It's kind of has to happen a little bit. You know what I mean? So that's not the issue. Like before there was any sort of movements and there was none of these movements and protests like 20 years ago when I stopped watching. So you know what I mean? It's strictly about the level of athleticism for me. I'm all for people saying whatever they want because that doesn't really bother me. They can wear the jerseys they want and they can protest, they can kneel, do whatever you want. But just be a good athlete when you're out there and entertain me that way. That's all I'm really worried about.
So what's it going to be, man?
Great
Come on,
point.
man.
Come on, man. Get with it.
Yeah. That's my new soundbite. It's Ben Hameen, Stevie Richards. You like that? No?
I do.
Jesus Christ. I mean, it's like Nothing. I love your smile, by the way.
Thanks.
Anyway, dude, let me tell you something, man. The story is CP3. You know who CP3 is, right? The guy from State Farm. You know, Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, yeah.
Yeah, you know, Uncle Cliffy, whatever the fuck they call him. The poor, I mean, I would say the poor guy. You know, he's always right there. He's always right there, and he fucking choked. He choked. And I was watching.
So what? I take it he's on Phoenix then.
Yeah, he's with Phoenix. Yeah, he's with the Phoenix Suns. He came over, and you know, it was kind of a cool story. You know, you got this young kid in Devin Booker who's in his very early 20s, who's developing. People are calling him the next Kobe Bryant. I don't know if that's true or not, but you know, the kid does have a ton of potential. And CP3 came over there. CP3 is a lot older. He's in his mid 30s. By the time his next NBA contract runs out, he'll be probably close to 40 or close to retirement. Wasn't that wonderful, by the way? You can retire at like 38. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm done. 38. I'm 40 fucking 5. I was sweating at work yesterday, and I couldn't breathe.
Well, you should put a ball in your hand.
Well, I had to. Didn't help. Hey. Oh. Anyway, so Uncle Clippy? No, not Uncle Clippy. All right.
I mean, why not?
Nobody worth to remember.
Didn't he go? Didn't he play for the Clippers?
Uncle you talking about Uncle Cliffy, Cliff Robinson. Rest in peace. You know he passed away, right?
Cliff Robinson?
Did you know that?
Did I?
Yeah, it was like a sudden, like out of the blue thing. I forgot how he died. It wasn't like a car accident or anything like that. But Uncle Cliffy died. Yeah. So you want to make fun of him now, or you want to say that for later?
I didn't make fun of him.
Oh, sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, man, the Milwaukee. Do we have anybody in the chat that's actually from Milwaukee, or because this is one of the first NBA finals? Number one, I'm so happy that LeBron James wasn't there. It was so wonderful to see the Clippers and the Lakers fail, and yes, my New York Knicks lost as well, my friend. But they weren't even expected to make the playoffs this year. They did a hell of a lot better than I thought they would this year.
See how he tries to boost up the trash team with the. They weren't even supposed to.
Well, what does Gambleford say? And look at baseball. Every game is 8 hours like NASCAR. The fake news goes by wayside. I want to watch my fake news for the weather. Speaking of the weather, but anyway, please, you wanted to comment about that?
On his comment there about baseball?
Sure, why not?
I think baseball is the same as it always was, but continue.
You know, baseball is one of the sports that hasn't changed much. You know, I mean, they the one thing I don't like. Do you watch baseball, Vet, or no?
I don't get to watch baseball very much because of my schedule. I'm usually asleep when all the Yankee games are on.
Yeah, he is a Yankee fan, by the way. You know, if you download the Yes Network app, and if you connect it to your cable provider, you can probably watch Yankee games on the Yes Network, and they have replays.
Yeah,
it's not the same, right?
There's 162 damn games. Here's the problem with being a Yankees fan, Ray.
Okay, talk to me.
So we're already the most storied professional sports franchise of all time. I don't really see that changing. So every expectation every season is high.
Right.
But so when you don't make it, you don't even make it to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's a huge disappointment because you're expected to be right. You're expected to be, you hear that, Frank? So you're expected to be in the conversation every year, and when you don't, it's embarrassing. However, when you actually do win the World Series, it's like, okay, here's another one, throw it in the pile. It's hard to get excited about it. So we're sort of stuck in that limbo as fans where I just can't get up for the Yankees too much anymore. But more often than not, they are blowing it. They haven't done anything since 2009. So
another one.
Sorry, what?
Yeah. So I kind of feel like, yeah. But you were about to make a point about how baseball has not changed much.
It hasn't changed much. The only thing I don't like is that, when they do a doubleheader now, they reduced it to 7 innings each game. which I think sucks. I think it's stupid.
Is
Baseball's not. What's up?
That's a temporary thing, right? They said. I believe I heard
don't
that
know
somebody said that the 7-inning doubleheader is a temporary thing. I
That's-
hope it is true.
I hope it's true too, but that's something that you don't fucking tamper with. I gotta.
They're already tampering, dude. You know what's ruined baseball is analytics.
Steroids?
That's what's real. That's what really ruined it. I think you know what you want to talk about a bigger issue in sports in general.
Hold on, Frank Spicklebarrow Ross. That's not nice. You do not say that about me. That's not nice.
It's too late.
Baseball. That's what she said. Mike Martin. Baseball's too long.
I feel like sports have been ruined by a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is the 24-hour coverage stations. They really burn people out on it, for one thing. Of course, you don't have to watch that, so that's a small one.
You don't.
Another one is fantasy sports. I think have overall damaged. Fantasy sports and gambling have damaged all sports overall.
It's always gambling has always been a part of sports. That's one of the reasons.
Gambling has, but fantasy sports and analytics and things, that's really started to creep over into like the meta of the overall games and stuff. Like you look at baseball and you got all these like these pitching substitutions and stuff when you used to let guys, you used to let guys stay in and finish the game if they were hot, right? Like
right.
Pitchers. But now it's like, oh well, they all saw Moneyball, so now they want to be like, oh well, the statistics say like that this person, if he comes in this relief inning and whatever, then he's got a .006 ERA, so we got to put him in even though the other guy's like red hot.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like I'm a guy that this is why like with the New York Yankees, you'll understand this. Joe Girardi, he won one World Series in 2009, right? But he was too much with the fucking analytics. He had the fucking big binder. You know what I'm saying? He was a fucking catcher. Like I was a catcher. Yeah. That was my position from from little league all the way through high school. I played high school ball too, and I was a catcher. I played right field. And the fact is that, as a catcher, you understand the game. I believe. I think catchers make the best managers. You understand the game more. You understand, how to call a game. You understand, where to position players, so on and so forth. Like I think a catcher makes a perfect manager. And when Joe Girardi was managing the New York Yankees, I think he would have won more if he would have stuck with his gut. I think there's a lot to say about a manager, like an old school manager, like a Dusty Baker or something like that, that goes a lot with their gut. But these analytics, I agree with you 1,000%. I think they have this. It's absolutely destroyed fucking baseball. Like when it comes to the game itself hasn't changed much, like rules wise. But yeah, I agree, man. Like it's
the way they approach it is seems less interesting and more confusing. But if anything, like that's a funny thing too. Like I believe if there's any sport that doesn't need a manager, like if you had to drop managers from one sport, it's baseball. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do when they go out there, so they could easily go out there and have a game and not need a manager to try to tell them things. They could basically figure it out.
I agree.
But now it's overmanaged, so that's an issue. And as far as like the fantasy sports goes, it's like that because of the prevalence and because it's such a big business, that sort of carries over into the way people look and talk about sports, like professionals even. Because it was just a way that was invented so that nerds could be interested in sports. They weren't supposed to be interested in sports. They were supposed to be interested in Dungeons and Dragons or whatever else they like. But then they found a way to transpose their love of stats and numbers onto sports so that they could enjoy it. And now it's ruined it for everybody. It's ruined it for all us jocks.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And it's with wrestling too. If you really think about it, they're over scripting, they're overwriting, they're taking the what's the word? Like the I was gonna say the fun, not the fun. They're taking the creativity out of what we love. And it's like telling an artist, somebody who's a sculptor, right? Let's say somebody who's a sculptor and they're sculpting something and they have this amazing idea and what their vision is something totally different than what it should be. Let's say they're sculpting a horse, right? And you go to that person and be like, no, the horse has 2 ears. But in my mind, now this is in my mind, the horse has 4 ears. You know, and it's because it's listening to the problems of the world, you know, but no. The horse has 2 fucking ears. That's the way you should make the horse. And now we're changing this artist vision of what, you know, we're losing out on something possibly beautiful and different. And this is what's happening in the pro wrestling business. I don't want to go so deep and shit like that, but
well, hold
on. What is this? Ray is not on his game today. He has a lot of chances to tell jokes and losing them. Well, you know, go fist yourself.
This is what happens when you let fans into the game.
Go fist yourself. You know what you could do? Nobody worth to remember. You can go take your fist, ball it up, right? Spit on it. If you want, go, you know, rinse your mouth out, get some spit, and go fist yourself. How's that taste? Anything?
Oh, are you asking me how it tastes for him, or you're just talking to him? Okay, I'll just sit here.
I'm sure it will. Well,
in any case, so what was our point? Oh yeah, the Bucks. Congratulations to the Greek Freak and all those nice kids over there in Milwaukee that nobody cares about.
You know, I forgot that Kumpo, can never say his name, Giannis, was actually Greek. The Greeks invented basketball, right?
They invented pretty much everything. I'm told.
Like GGP? No, I'm not stealing The Rock's game. The Rock doesn't say go fist yourself. Okay, you know, people are really being nasty to me here. What is going on?
I don't know. What'd you do?
Why are they being so mean to me?
I'm the one that didn't wish Colin a happy birthday.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I did, but Ray said I didn't. So
you're a heel. So let's jump into number 2 here. So
let's do it.
Dude, we were talking off air, man. Last night, it was so bad here in New York City. I'm going to read this really quickly. Concerns. Okay, let me just... stupid fucking... All right, here we go. This is New York. This is WABC, coming off of the website here. Concerns over air quality continues for the tri-state region Wednesday morning, as smoke from Western... Isn't that where you're from? Western wildfires creates hazy skies. An air quality alert... blah, 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 blah. Okay, so basically what's happening is that there are all these crazy fucking wildfires going on around your neck of the woods, and this smoke is bellowing into New York City across the country. Like, the sun was red the other day. Last night, it's been a blood moon for like 2 days straight. It's not. And yesterday, I woke up totally congested. I thought I had the fucking Rona, dude. I felt like shit. I couldn't breathe. I was at work. My boss actually let me go an hour and a half early from work because I was coughing so much. Check this out. I was coughing like a pussy. I was coughing so much. I had to throw up a little bit.
Oh.
In the garbage can in the back.
Oh.
So my boss heard
He's gonna puke.
He's gonna puke. So my boss actually came out because his apartment's right there in the lobby. And he's like, yo, you okay? I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And a little Google search goes, oh yeah. He goes, well, that's where my boss sounds. Hey, the fucking fires over there in the West Coast, California sucks or whatever. I don't even think they're there. So what is going on over there in the West Coast? Do you know what, like, are you anywhere near the fires? Because apparently you're 3 miles from everything, right? Is that right?
No, 2 hours.
Oh, 2 hours.
Not 3 miles, 2 hours.
Well, if you live in New York City, 3 miles equals 2 hours if you're traveling.
Yeah, that it does because of the traffic. Yeah. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I left a roast in the oven and I kind of passed out.
Fucking knew it.
This one is
it's on you.
I'm happy to. Yeah, this one's on me. But luckily I'm able to be here with you today. I grabbed all my recording equipment and ran out.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, I apologize.
Dude, it's really fucking crazy though, man. Like yesterday, you can go outside, and you would see like it was hot and humid, so the humidity didn't help because it like contained everything into like a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was difficult to breathe, and then your eyes were burning. I could imagine it's much worse where you are. No,
it's beautiful here because everything blew over there.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, we don't have it no more. Sorry. It's a nice. As I look out my window, it's a beautiful clear blue sky. The air is fresh.
Hold on. We have Bin Hameen, the hacker, the namesake of this place. Planet Shitlist workout complete.
He's over there at that mom's gym, huh?
Oh,
That's what it is, bro. That's what
It's
it
not
is.
a mom's gym.
It's a mom's gym. I mean,
not.
Dude, I went there. I know what it is. Okay,
I've been
bro?
there too. I used to go there.
Then quit acting like it's not. Just because you went there, it doesn't make you a mom, Ray. It just means that there's a lot of moms that are just kind of half-assing their New Year's resolutions in there, taking up all the machines that I want to use. That's all.
Yo, can I tell you a quick story before I put over? Frank's Pickle Barrel says, nothing smoky over here in New Jersey but the blunts. I wish I had the drumts. I don't have
Okay, Kevin Smith.
Wait, wait, actually, you know what? Hold on. Oh, no, I don't have it. Oh, well, it is what it is. I don't have the drumts, the funny joke shit. Fine.
So, do we have time for a quick story? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, so I was at Planet Shit List. Okay, this is about 2 or 3 years ago, dude. And I wanted to use, so a lot of the bikes were taken. I like using the bikes as cardio, or I'll go on a treadmill for like 20 minutes and I'll do 20 minutes on a bike before I go do my workout or whatever, right? So I went on the treadmill, blah 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 blah, walk, doing my thing. And hold on, what did Ben say here? They were serious new wife contenders today. There, IG stars. I'm sure they were, baby. Yeah, pal. Anyway, but oh shit, you know what I forgot to do?
Yeah, pal.
Anyway, so I'm going. This dude is sitting there, right? Now hear this out. He's sitting there on his cell phone, sitting on the bike. You know the bike that you sit and you lean back, that you just use your legs? Yes. Sitting there. And then the bike next to him, he has his fucking bag, his book bag, his coat, and like a lunch bag or something on that thing. And he's on his phone, not even moving his legs. He's like moving a leg.
What leg?
So he's taking up the 2 bikes, right? Anyway. So I go up to the guy, and I'm not an asshole. I go up to the gentleman. I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I use this bike?" You know what do you think this guy does to me before he even looks up at me?
Does he do this?
All right. So vet. For the people listening, he's putting his hand up, like talk to the hand. No, he put up the one finger.
Ah, yes.
He put up the one finger. So I actually lean in. So you have to picture this. I lean in, I'm sweating. So I'm dripping on him. I lean in and I go into his face. And I'm like, "Can I use that bike, please?" And and guess what he does next?
I have no idea. What could happen?
What do you think? What do you think out there in the chat room? What do you think this guy did? You know what he did? I'll tell you what he did. Instead of saying, "Sure, no problem," he waves me off. Like, I'm on the phone. So now at this point, yeah, yes, Kevin Kimmons, occupied, bitch. So at this point in juncture, I go, okay. I go around behind him, right? I grab his bag, the lunch bag, and his coat, and I proceed to throw it against the mirror.
Oh my!
In between 2 treadmills. The girl that was on one of the treadmills stops running, almost falls. I sit in the bike and start working out, and as I'm working out, doing the gimmick, working out, I'm staring at him, and he's like he's mouthing something, but I have my music blasting in my ears, so I fucking ignored him. One of the guys comes over that works there, and he taps me on the shoulder, and I pulled my fucking earbud out. I said, "This fucking asshole had all his shit here. Now it's over there. I'm here every day. I don't know who this fucking guy is." Anyway, people are just fucking rude. Was I wrong for doing that?
In that situation, I believe you're supposed to hit the lunk alarm.
What's that?
Oh, come on. You said you work out at Planet Fitness. You're going to try to pretend you don't know what the lunk alarm is?
It's on my IG. I have video of me actually working out there, so it's a fact.
All right. Well,
I don't know what that is, though. What is a lunk alarm?
You don't know what the lunk alarm? Okay.
Just tell me.
No, I'm not going to tell you. I'll let the chat tell you. Chat, explain to Ray what the lunk alarm is, please.
Ben Hameen, if you're still there.
Ben Hameen can explain to him what the lunk alarm is.
If you're can you
There's a protocol for these things.
I don't think Ben uses a lunk alarm.
He probably doesn't. He probably doesn't need to. But I do think it is interesting that this guy clearly didn't know that there was. They have like a whole locker room system for kind of all that stuff. You don't have to bring your bag lunch and set it down next to you on the bike. Was that the only other bike in the joint?
No, so the other bikes were being used, obviously. So what it is they have the steps. The place right here I go to in Brooklyn, they have everything like in one place. Treadmills in the front by the mirrors, and then right behind the treadmills, there's the regular sit bikes. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and then they have 2 of the sit down lean back bikes that you just use your legs, which I like. I like using that one, and then behind that are the steps. You know, the steps in the what's the gimmick that it looks like you're fucking skiing?
Elliptical.
The elliptical. They have those. So there's only 2 of those bikes. I think they added a 3rd one though, maybe after what happened that day. But yeah. So why'd you ask me that? Just curious.
Oh, I just wondered if I in my mind I pictured like a completely empty gym and like there was one guy on 2 bikes and you just went over and threw his shit down when you could have sat at any other bike. In my mind, that's how I pictured it. I thought that would be like a great punchline for the story, but
dude.
Apparently it was a full gym. Would you go in the evening or something?
I actually. Well, here's a funny thing. I went. It was probably about 11 o'clock in the morning, but the thing is that there were a lot of ladies there.
Okay.
And the ladies usually, like, if you went downstairs to the weight room, is empty.
Yeah.
You could like there was only like 2 or 3 guys there. You know what I'm saying? You could tell the guys getting off their shifts or whatever. It was like actually I would get there like around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, but by the time I'm done with that workout, it was around 11 o'clock. So this guy, I don't know if he was conducting fucking business or some shit on his fucking phone or whatever. I really didn't care. I thought it was extremely rude. And you know, I was asked a question by Frank's Pickleborough asked, how I don't know how you live in New York.
That's more of a statement.
Yeah, well,
it's like
I'm getting out of here. I'm telling you, I'm moving down south. Within a year and a half, 2 years from now, I'm going to move to Savannah. I cannot live in New York. Yeah, Savannah, Georgia. You know that? Did I tell you that?
Oh, this is the first time hearing of it, guys. Live on the air.
Well, me and Jen are going to be looking at some houses in Savannah.
Why Savannah?
Well, long story short, my uncle was in the military.
Long story short, you want to be closer to Cody Rhodes. See if he can give you that.
I will get a neck tattoo though, but it's not gonna. It's gonna be like it'll be something different, like a turtle or something. You know, Paul Orndorff had one of the best. You ever seen that funny interview that Mean Gene did with him, where he's talking about the turtle and the turtle head coming in and out? Mean Gene lost it. I love that. I wish I could find that. Can I find that?
I'm sure you can. Wolfers was kind enough to explain the lunk alarm to you if you also care to look at that.
So explain to me why I looked this up.
He says, I think the lunk alarm is what you use for buff dudes being careless, and Planet Fitness is mainly used for average people, so the alarm is sound to set them straight.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that note,
that's basically it, yeah.
Hold on. Let me play this. This is really cute.
And then we'll be back with more.
Hold on.
All right, fans, coming up a week from tonight here at Boston at the Garden. Saturday night, February 2, World Wrestling Federation action. That is simply unbelievable.
By the way, I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna be cutting it in and out so we don't get struck or nothing like that. But this is great, man. So we have Mean Gene Okerlund here, right? And he has Paul Orndorff. Now, this wasn't recorded. This is if I'm correct, a live gimmick. Anyway, he has Mr. Wonderful here with him.
Like Judy Martin. In addition, Barry Windham from Sweetwater, Texas, just a little west of Abilene.
Sweetwater, Texas. You ever been there?
No. I mean, yes.
Paul Orndorff is about to come into the scene here. But, all right, he's calling him over.
We'll have to deal with the likes of my guest at this time, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. You look a little down in the mouth this week. Any reason for that, Paul?
Yeah, there's a reason for it. You know,
this is great.
That it's gotten to the point. Well, you know, every time that I look at the cameras, that another woman leaves her husband for Mr. Wonderful. I've heard. Well, you know something? I'm losing sleep about that. And I can't help that.
You don't want to do it.
Listen,
you can't help the way you look.
Exactly. I know I'm not Mr. Wonderful.
I know how he feels.
You know I'm Mr. Wonderful. Well, who are we to all those millions of people out there know that I'm Mr. Wonderful?
What are our opinions? Millions out there that say you are Mr. Wonderful. You're right.
Exactly right. And you know something, Jim, just to bring up some things that's happened to me lately. I was flying from LA to New York. I reserved my own first class section.
The whole section?
Exactly.
The whole section.
I have my own busboys. I have my own waitresses waiting on me. I want to be left alone. And Lord and behold, who comes up and bothers me?
Ivan Putski.
The captain of the airplane. Want to know, Mr. Wonderful, is it okay to take off now?
Oh, come on.
Hey.
The captain's trying to get your permission.
That's right. What do you do on that?
That's
Captain, hey, you call the control tower. They tell you when to take off.
Get the cards from them.
Exactly. Don't
What
come
bother
with
you?
that. You know, and this stuff happens on and on and on.
I know how he feels.
I can't even go to an airport. I can't even leave my motel because all the limousines are out there, traffic jams, fighting over to see who's going to take Mr. Wonderful to wherever he's going.
We're getting there.
You've got no private life at all.
No.
It's going to be a nightmare for
It's
you.
terrible.
So fucking
It's
sarcastic.
terrible. Sure. And even in the Boston Gardens, look at all the legends that's passed through there. Bobby Orr, Larry Bird. Those are really legends.
They are legends, by the way.
Legends above legends is Mr. Wonderful right here.
Facts.
Right here he stands.
You're putting yourself in the same category with
I'm putting myself
with the
above
Rest in
him.
peace.
with the Koozies.
That's it.
Here
With
we
the
go.
Collins.
And you know why? Do you know why?
He's up there.
I'm going to show you the body that women love
He's taking off his robe, ladies and gentlemen.
and the men love.
I'm going to knock over my table in a minute.
It's just that
know what I
simple. Take a look at that.
Look at that.
How's that look, huh? You don't think there's
You're
a
asking
man
me?
out there? Look at her. I know. Hey, it don't take much for you to please you. But you know something, Ivan Putski, turtle head.
Turtle head.
You know what a turtle does? You know when you see the turtle with that big old long head, and then he does something and it goes in. Well, that's exactly what Putski's going to do.
losing it.
Exactly. It's going to go inside that shell, and you'll disappear. You'll never see it again.
I'll wait for tonight.
Putski.
We'll see you there.
Because he's gonna give him a pile driver, you see, and then his head's gonna go in the shell.
Yo, fucking Mean Gene Oakland, please do yourselves a favor. Watch this promo, man. They tried so hard not to laugh. That was wonderful. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff was fucking. I know he passed away well over a week ago. We may have spoken about this last week, but he was just so great, man. He was
Wonderful.
He was wonderful. Mr. Wonderful was wonderful.
Aptly named.
Speaking of something wonderful, as we wrap up the 3 count here. Hey, you know, how do you feel about father-son relationships? Can they be wonderful?
They can be.
Okay. WWE employee and former ECW champion Steve Corino is coming out of retirement to wrestle his son, Colby Corino. Corino versus Corino will take place at the premiere of Wrestling Federation, at the Premier Wrestling Federation's next event on Friday, August 27th in North Kakalaki. That's North Carolina. This will be Colby's 25th anniversary show to celebrate his birthday.
What?
Hold on.
Who the fuck told this kid he could get a 25th anniversary show just for being alive 25 years?
We're not done. The show will air live on independentwrestling.tv. Full details included. So Steve Corino is coming. Yep. For those who are watching, you look to be befuddled by this.
That's one goddamn word for it.
It's insane, right? Like, who does that? I'm just saying. Like, is that...
First of all, who cares?
Nobody
Second
cares.
of all,
who's Colby Corino, by the way?
Well, it's Steve Corino's son, of course.
Oh, got it.
Now, you would have thought that he would have got a job at the Performance Center right now because his dad works there. But apparently he's so bad they won't even let him in that joint.
Nope.
But he's having a 25th anniversary of just existing, so that's good. That's good for him, right?
They're having a whole wrestling event based around the fact that he made it to 25.
And the way they explain it, like Steve Corino coming out of retirement to face his son, that it makes it sound like his son has been running wild and he's the only one that can stop him, which apparently is the case if he's getting a fucking whole anniversary show and nobody knows who he is.
That is just incredible.
Do you think Corino's gonna get juice in his comeback?
Oh, I don't know. But you know how a turtle has a long neck and it goes in?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
You think that? So, but So that's like, is this considered like a third party thing? Is he going to get heat with The Office for doing this?
I don't think The Office would care.
You would think they wouldn't. You would think they wouldn't, but then that's exactly why they would care, right? Because it gives them something to do. It's like we never had a reason to fuck with Steve Carino until now, but man, now he's going to do a show with his son. He's got heat all of a sudden. If I'm Triple H, I'm like, I'm getting heat. He's got heat with me now.
I didn't even know he worked for the WWE.
Yeah, you never seen him on NXT? He'll be back there trying to break up some fights every once in a while.
Never paid attention. What did you think of Steve Carino as a performer though back in the day?
I mean, when I was watching him, like the ECW and stuff,
yeah,
I didn't get it.
Yeah,
maybe if I went back and look at some of the stuff now, I might think differently. But to me, he just looks like if someone left the 1, 2, 3 kid in the dryer and he just started bleeding everywhere.
Wow,
that's all it ever looked like to me.
What about? So all right, so who's more over, Carino or Mikey Whipwreck? Similar, right? A little similar.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like Mikey.
I don't know, man.
He's all right.
I'm gonna leave that up to you guys.
No,
you vote for who's more over, Carino or Whipwreck in the comments below.
Yeah, let's see. And by the way, Frank's Pickleball Ass, I do agree. That should draw like a 75-year-old stripper. You haven't seen some of the 75-year-old strippers that work out at Planet Shitless with Ben Hameen. They're over. Speaking of over, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to jump into NXT, WWE NXT 7 2021. No.
Say Cheese by NXT first ballot Hall of Famer Poppy. Like, she'll be the first inductee in the celebrity wing of the NXT Hall of Fame for sure.
Oh, Mikey Whipwreck all day long. He's going. Oh, Colin Wysong, ladies and gentlemen, is in.
He just came right in with the gimmick catchphrase and doesn't even have context here.
What catchphrase?
You know which one.
No, I don't. Which one?
Are you just trying to find it on the Roadcaster right now?
And you shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
I had the volume down.
Yeah.
This is such good shit.
All right, so listen, man, we got to talk about this shit. There was only like 3 matches on the card. Oh my God.
I have very few notes, even though I wrote like a bunch of stuff. I was just writing the stuff that happened, and then I didn't have any comments on it.
Oh boy, this is interesting.
This is how my list goes. Okay, this is how my notes go. Joe and Regal, Saya promo, Diamond Vine versus Fashida, Grimes need to carry Knight's 4 empty bags without Drake Maverick's help, Chucky show commercial. Did you say? Okay, let's talk about that first. They're gonna have a Chucky show on USA. It's called Chucky.
Will you stop?
Well,
I didn't do it. They did it.
No, it's not only going to be. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for NXT next week, it's going to be on Sci-Fi. Why are they changing channels for 2 weeks?
I don't know. I got to look at the schedule and see what's going to be on USA. Are they going to get? Well, we know it's not going to be hockey.
Nobody watches hockey.
Yeah.
Besides,
that's on TNT now. So, I don't know what the preempting is, but that's the only reason I could think of. That
is a dog show. Do they still have the dog show? The Westminster. Didn't that piss you off as a child?
Yes.
When you really wanted to watch, what show was it? Primetime Wrestling or whatever the fuck on USA, and then they would have a dog taking a shit on a red carpet.
Yes, I did. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand at that time how dogs are so much more over than wrestling is.
Colin just put it over. USA is probably Westminster dog show. Okay. Oh, the Olympics.
Yeah, it's the Olympics.
It's the Olympics.
Yeah, also more over than wrestling.
Yeah, well, what isn't right now? But listen, dude.
Not much.
Chuck, are you gonna watch the Chucky show?
I'm worried that I kind of have to. Are you a Child's Play fan?
No.
Never? Not even the first one. You gotta like the first one. The first one was really good.
No.
Ray, really?
Would you believe if I told you I've never seen it?
I would believe it based on your reaction, because if you had seen it, you wouldn't be acting like an asshole right now.
Wow, why are you coming at me like that?
I said you were acting like one. I didn't say you were one. So you never seen Child's Play?
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me.
Yep. Yeah, that's basically the inspiration for the Good Guys dolls from the movie franchise. But you know, if anybody's never seen Child's Play, the presupposition is, what if the good guys weren't good? And no, it's like some serial killer implants his soul into a doll using voodoo. It's really good. You should check out the first one. Don't watch anything else. Don't watch number 2 through whatever. Don't watch nothing. Not the one with Method Man in it. Don't watch this new one.
Where he has sex with the other doll. Is that right?
That's one of them. Yeah.
That happened. That's a shoot.
That's Bride of Chucky, I believe. Yeah. Don't watch that. Basically just watch the first one, and it's pure 80s goodness. Save it for Halloween. Watch it with the whole family this year.
Okay, hold on one second. I gotta. Can you talk about Samoa Joe? I gotta answer this text message. So Samoa Joe has something to say. That's the way we kick off the show. I'll be right back. I'm right here.
He'll be right back. He's right here. Yeah. So Samoa Joe comes up, and he comes out in the ring, and he really wants to yell at Karrion Kross. And then Regal storms out and kind of cuts him off and says, "You promise no violence." And Joe's like, "I don't remember making such a promise." And Regal's like, "Yeah, you did." And then he's like, "Okay, well, you know." And then it kind of goes into the next thing, which was Xia Li's promo in Chinese. But
what'd you think of that promo?
Xia Li's promo is in Chinese.
It was. You sure it was Chinese?
Yeah.
Cantonese or Mandarin?
I think it's Mandarin.
That's the more
Can you
prevalent.
not tell the difference, Ray?
I
mean, we established that you couldn't tell the difference between China and Japan, but can you tell the difference between Cantonese and Mandarin? I'm surprised you knew there was a difference.
I can tell the difference between China and Japan. When I order Japanese, it's way more expensive.
I see.
So
it's usually rolled up in little seaweed things, right?
Oh, I love sushi, bro. You have no fucking clue.
Yeah, it's great. Man.
Do you like sushi?
Yes.
What's your go-to?
Sushi. I don't even know the names of the shit. I just look at it and I'm like, that one.
You know what a dragon roll is? I love dragon rolls.
Yeah.
It's with the fucking eel, the rice, obviously, the what do you call it? The avocado. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't really like the eel as much, but I will eat it.
I'm sure Colin's eaten a couple of eels in his life.
I see what you did there, Ray.
Fucking
You're
jerk.
making a euphemism about penises.
You think?
Just a guess.
Yeah, pal. I'll just do it.
So there we go. So she did her promo.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's in Chinese, you know, she's serious.
Oh yeah. Like a late
she can
period.
Speak English.
Like a late period. Serious like a late period. That's
what
do we have over here? Couple potatoes.
I kind of like how they do have the it's not a bookend per se, but they stick a promo here and then a promo later, and then they hype him up. Just, you know what? Don't listen to this man. If there's one thing that he's proven, he doesn't know jack all about movies. So
yeah, he made me watch some animated shit that sucked.
Yeah,
I
told you not to, and you still did it anyway, though. So
fucking terrible.
That's on you. And it wasn't terrible. It's just out of context for you. So, but again, I warned you and was roundly ignored. So.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm going to answer this question. Is a dildo like an electric eel? Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the best and brightest in all sexual paraphernalia, you can go to Big Ray's Dildo Emporium. It's open again. Just type in www.bigraysdildoemporium.org.
Now, is your actual warehouse, is that located near Hameen's Tarp Emporium?
It's next door, but it's actually Colin's basement.
Is there a zoning ordinance about having two emporiums that close of proximity? No, okay.
Not at because trust me, the people that use those dildos will need a tarp in their house, if you know what I mean.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it could be a very sticky situation. Tyler Rust and Roderick Strong, the Diamond Mine, versus Bobby Fish and Kushida.
I'm thinking Fishida.
Fishida.
Does that work or no? Yeah.
Fucking yes.
Fishita?
How about Strong Rust?
I think Diamond Mine is what they're going to go with.
Okay.
But for the people that need names, that's what we're here to provide.
Fishita.
But what if they break up and never tag again? Now that name is just completely wasted. It's a shame.
Well, let me see. Tyler Rust, who looks like a young Drew McIntyre, except with a Christian face. Not a religion, like Christian.
It's like a weasel. He's just like some sort of a rodent.
Dude, Tyler Rust.
He looks like Rat Boy.
Diamond Mine is the worst faction.
And what's up with that? What's up with that other guy that hasn't done anything? He just stands there in his warm-up suit.
The big Asian dude?
Yeah.
He's like the biggest, most intimidating looking one out of everybody. I think he's just a trainer.
That kind of works though, right? Like if this guy takes his jacket off and gets in the ring, that's when you know it's going to get serious. So if they play that up, that'll be cool.
It'd
be like the Kung Fu thing where the guy's just standing there like.
Well, The Simpsons, we talked about The Simpsons.
Oh, yes. You know he's going to do something cool.
You know he's going to do something cool. He's just standing there.
All right.
No.
Aw. Yeah. So.
Roger. We were talking about Roger being here. Anyway.
Well, did Bobby Fish look a little less fat and off his game than this? They look at least a little less off his game in this match?
A little less off his game, but
same amount of fat.
Just same. Speaking about fat, you got to remind me to talk about somebody who looks.
I won't have to remind you. You'll remember.
All right. Well, listen, Fish. Just real quick, Kushida and Fish, they win. You know, Kushida makes old weasel face tap out, but please continue.
There's not much else to say. Did you like the match?
Well, the match was 3 segments long.
Yeah.
Like they went to commercial twice, and they didn't stick with it. It wasn't like the little screen in the bottom.
They said y'all don't need to see this.
Yeah, they were like, let's sell Domino's pizza. It's way more important.
Yeah.
This was very stale to me. It was a match that for some reason for me didn't. It should have had like more of a because I mean there was a build to it. I guess I don't know.
A little bit.
A little build. I just don't care enough about the Diamond Mine at all. I don't see them as a formidable faction in NXT or maybe in TNA Impact. It'd be formidable.
Yeah,
but that
we really don't know. We really don't know what the point of them is. We have to guess everything just by looking at them, and I guess that's fine. Like I don't always need to be spoon-fed information because then when they do that, when they start over-explaining stuff, I hate that too. So there's got to be like a balance somewhat, and they're not really great at finding that balance.
No.
But another problem with this, one thing that used to be a problem with NXT, it's still a problem, but in a different way. They used to have an hour show, and they'd record like 4 episodes at a time.
Right.
So you basically had your month's worth of shows in the can, which means that some people would not appear but like once a month on TV, and it was kind of hard to get certain people over. Now you got to go live for 2 hours every week, and you're still not seeing people every week. And they clearly are stretching stuff out and pulling time on this episode. So it's like, couldn't we have given this match a little less time to throw in a couple more faces here or there that we didn't get to see? Seems like a simple.
It is. I mean, it could be simple, but like I said, just like sports, they're overcomplicating things and overscripting things and overwriting things, and they're making things less fun. Sorry. I'm going to tell you right now, this show this week, if you didn't watch it, don't. You just listen to what we're saying about it, because you're going to get just as much or even more out of what we say than actually tuning in to watch this show. This was a very stale NXT. Am I off here, Bet?
No, but you know what? Here's the thing. You're still somewhat new to regular NXT, right? It's only been a couple months.
Right.
And this is more the rule than the exception. Shows like this. So
that's not fun. But you know what? We do have a segment with LA Knight, and I'll cut to that really quickly. Yeah, is there going to be a commercial? Of course. The obligatory 5-second YouTube commercial. Here we go.
No. I'm telling you, we would have gotten here 10 minutes quicker had you listened to me instead of the dopey GPS.
We would have got here a lot quicker in my Rolls Royce.
Get the bags, butler.
I got you, Mr. Knight. Get the bag. I got it. Get your bags.
Easy with the door.
I got it. I'll be easy with the bags, I promise. All these bags?
Yeah, all of them.
They're all
No
empty, by the
problem.
way.
You know, I used to carry bags every once in a while back in the day. You know,
Do you
I
have
was
a
kind
story
of
for every single thing you do?
I got a story for every one of these bags you got.
Very clearly, the bags are fucking empty. There's nothing in those bags.
Okay, man, but hey, dude, promise.
There's lots of these.
I got myself into something.
So Rockstar
You can tell.
Sports.
You can tell because Rockstar Spud is easily able to lift one.
Oh yeah, easy.
For you, he doesn't need help. Go about your business. Go.
I'm not going anywhere, and by the looks of things,
Hey, it's
hanging
okay.
out with you, he needs all the help he can get.
Yeah, well, you're going to need all the help you can get if you keep talking like that. Is it bring your idiot to work day? Who brought you? Tell you what, hope you sign your permission slip. Shh. Because here's the deal. I'm about to punch that ticket. Me, you, in there. You good?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you are good. All
Perfectly
right.
fine.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Well, then
fine.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. Well, so that's what that happened.
I had to live through that once, and then I had to live through it again here. Thank you very much.
I really thought this would be better. I thought there would be a lot better comedy. It's not
Oh,
good.
you didn't like this bring your idiot to work day? You didn't think that was gold?
No. It's more like a Technobond. You know what Technobond is?
What is that? Is that
Do you
like
remember?
the
do you remember
foot powder?
No. Do you remember the old Home Shopping Network
Yeah.
where they used to sell jewelry and they had
Right.
something called Technobond, which was like metal, but it was like the gold was infused with the metal, so it would cost like 25% of what buying a real gold chain would be.
Oh. Okay. No.
It's like gold plated, but it's Technobond.
It sounds better when you say it like that, right?
It's gold plated, dude. That's what it was. But anyway.
All right.
Oh boy.
Well, what about Odyssey Jones? He gets a little profile video here. Were you excited after watching this video to learn more about Odyssey Jones and what he can do in this ring?
Honestly, yes.
All right. Then it did its job.
Yeah, there was something about him. A lot of charisma, I thought, that came out of this promo. We're going to talk about a promo later with a guy about the same size who has zero charisma. But we'll talk about that in a bit. I think you know. But why don't we talk about
Gam Wolfers in the comments? You forgot a bag. You only have 3 bag emojis there. There actually is 4 bags. So
I think it was 5.
It was 4.
Okay. All right.
But-
Hold on. My son is texting me again.
Okay.
Thank God for the Apple Watch. So we jump in Frankie Monet with Jessie Kamea. And she wrestles Jessie Jane.
JC Jane. What the hell kind of name is this?
I don't know. But she, hey, that girl had a nice look about her.
It reminds me of somebody. You know who?
Who?
Didn't look like a certain hot mess that you ever seen before.
Laurel Van Ness, maybe.
She kind of looked like her, and she was kind of screaming and acting idiotic like her.
She kind of was.
It's like you can get a Chelsea Green on a budget here. You know.
I got to say something here, man.
Okay.
All right.
Is this what I was supposed to remind you to say?
Yeah. You don't
Ray,
have to remember.
Ray, can you say this, please?
Oh, shit. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Frankie Monet, my dear, you are on WWE TV. Oh, she looks so slow in that ring. Those little slides on her knees. Ooh. Like you shouldn't have to make the sound when you get up after one of those. And then she has this little window in her outfit, in her gear, where her stomach was actually coming out. Like, you know how you bake a cake and it kind of just, that was uncomfortable.
Why would
to
you
watch.
purposely, even if you were shredded, why would you cut a small hole right there where your stomach is? Like, what purpose does that serve?
Bro, what is going on?
Who, like, does anybody have conversations with these people at all? Like, because she's worn, this is basically, she looks how she looked when she showed up and she hasn't improved. So
I think she's heavier.
I don't know.
Her work
you
rate.
might have to check the tapes, but
Well, I'll tell you right now. Bare naked eye, just watching the shit. her work rate is just so slow. I was just like, what? Like seriously, like she was doing everything half a step behind what she usually, more than half, 2.5 steps behind. And then she looked really heavy, dude. And I'm not, listen, she is supposed to be a Marilyn Monroe type, you know, sexy, curvaceous, so on and so forth. But her body, she's starting, God, this is going to be bad, but she's starting to look like SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm
like
ready.
She looks like a box. Is that what she's saying?
She's the one. I'm ready. Ready.
Okay. So not so much the hourglass, more the refrigerator box shape.
Well then,
is what you're saying.
What does Society Review says? Taya is definitely bigger than she was.
That I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying since she's been in NXT, she showed up fat and she stayed fat. That's what I'm saying. It's like she doesn't look bigger to me now than when she first debuted as Frankie Monet, but I don't understand why she would be wearing the outfit she's wearing. If she, come on, you know that. Who's more sensitive to how a woman looks than that woman?
Yeah, man.
She knows exactly what she looks like, and she's still doing that. But hey, you know, props for boldness, I guess.
It's just not a good look for her. Just like the Impact Wrestling World Champion, she changed up her gear, the Knockouts champion. Even though she's sexy as hell, but Frankie Monet, Taya Valkyrie, I don't know, dude. And it would be different if her work rate was up to par. But I've seen her working in Mexico. I've seen her working in Impact. I know what she's capable of. And she ain't going to no main roster working like this. I'm sorry. I mean, am I off?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Do you have anything else to say?
No.
Mackenzie Mitchell backstage with Johnny Gargano, Austin Theory. Kyle O'Reilly interrupts and calls out Austin Theory. I'm in a fighting mood, he says. Cool Kyle is going to be fighting Austin Theory later tonight. Did you like this?
Dairy Kings. When it's just the men, they're the Dairy Kings.
Why not?
Exactly.
Speaking of Kyle O'Reilly and Austin Theory, they had a match.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle O'Reilly wins.
Mm-hmm.
He goes over here. I love Austin Theory. I don't think I think you know this already. I think this kid is the future of the business, man. He's good looking, he's big, he's strong, he's unbelievably athletic. I like the way he sells. I like everything about him. Kyle O'Reilly, not so much. But what did you think of this match, sir?
I think the match was what the match needed to be. I mean, you can't have Kyle O'Reilly going in these long competitive main events and then have much of a challenge with Austin Theory the way he's been booked. So I think they had the right match and he went over as he should have.
Did you like the booking of attacking the leg and then the leg being the finish, the leg lock?
Yeah.
Did that work for you?
That's the kind of stuff that, you know, we need to see a little bit more of, just because it's something that used to happen that doesn't happen anymore. So now everything old seems new again, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. We got Raquel Gonzalez backstage. She says
Rockin' Doc with Mac.
Rockin' Doc. The Rockin' Doc Connect with Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Go for some mac and cheese, man.
Yeah. You don't want to end up looking like Taya Valkyrie.
Well, nobody does. Not at this point. Doesn't look good. I'm sorry, guys.
What I get from this promo is that basically nothing scares Raquel.
Nothing.
That's what I got from this.
Except the bad promo.
Apparently not, because she went for it, bro. Like, she went right in there and did it. Did not scare her at all.
Can she stop using the term chiquita? Chiquita is a term of endearment in the Latin American community or the Latin community. It is not a derogatory term. It means small person. She could be like pendeja pequeña or pequeña pendeja. She could call her that. Pequeña. You know, pequeña, like little
That's
person.
Also small, yeah.
Yeah, you could, but chiquita is like a cute way of calling something. You know, it's not.
Well, isn't it sarcastic? Isn't she saying it sarcastically?
I don't like it. I don't like it, dude. I think it stinks. Honestly,
it stinks, and I don't like it.
It stinks, and I don't like it.
Okay, all right. Well, okay. I'll let her. I'll pass that on and let her know to stop doing that, because you don't like it.
We were supposed to get a mariachi band, dude. We didn't get any of this shit.
No, but a guitar came from somewhere. I noticed. Like by the end of it, when the whole thing had broken down, somehow a guitar materialized. And
Where did that
it wasn't
guitar
even
come from?
I don't know, but it didn't even look like a mariachi guitar.
No, mariachi guitars are usually a little bigger.
Yeah.
They're brightly colored, and most of them are decorated.
Yeah, this was a Honky Tonk Man guitar that they got from
Not even
from the WWE Treasures Warehouse.
It was worse. It was a Slapnuts Jeff Jarrett guitar.
Valuation of $5.
The worst T-shirt, Slapnuts T-shirt. Who had a Slapnuts T-shirt? Anybody? Oh, puta, yes. You know what? Society Reviews, yes. You can call her puta.
Yeah, I don't think they want to go there with that on their show, but I mean,
No
you
puta?
could have. You could have. If it was in the streets, you could have.
Cerota.
Yeah. I don't know about the Slapnuts shirt. What about a Don't Piss Me Off shirt? That was another great.
How about cabrona? I like cabrona. It's like a bastard. Bastard, you cabron. You dirty cabron.
But the feminine version, right? So,
Yo, Santo Escobar saying some fucking flagrant shit.
like what?
Calling the dude a pendejo.
Oh, so you can say it.
You're not really supposed to. I don't know.
Well, then why didn't Raquel say it?
I don't know. Pendeja. You know, you can make it feminine.
They should get together and compare notes on what Spanish slurs you're able to use on TV.
Top dollar, holla holla. What?
Is that a Spanish slur?
Top dollar, holla holla?
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that every time I hear that, I think of a tag team match, or that you're gonna face the Undertaker.
Yeah. It will be a full Dairy Queen staff meeting next. And Theory just walks out. So what do you think? Your favorite wrestler of all time, Austin Theory, could be leaving the Dairy Queen staff.
I like this a lot, and I'll tell you why. Because it was like, the young kid, the adopted.
Put that over.
Hold on.
Wolfer's Baron Cabron.
Baron Cabron.
MVP.
Yo, you know what?
He's not King Cabron anymore, and now he's just Baron Cabron.
You did not just say that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Baron Cabron. That, you know what? That is his name. If ever he comes to NXT, we will thank you, Gam Wolfers. We will call you. We will call him Spanish.
He should join Legados del Fantasma under a hood and call himself that.
That was fantastic. Baron Cabron.
Okay.
He is kind of a cabron right now, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that guy's a joke.
So Escobar did use cabron, though.
Yeah. Well, we know
it's a little iffy,
famously that Colin got a drop of him saying it during a match, but that doesn't technically count if the camera just picks him up saying it, selling. But you're saying he said it in this promo here.
He did.
Okay.
Listen, man, Hit Row is in the ring, man, and it's just like pathetic. Like, these guys are so big and so intimidating compared to fucking Legato and his boys. Who are you supposed to root for here? Is Hit Row turning face? Is that what this is?
No, no.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure, dude?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a feeling.
Look, I'm not talking about what in their minds they think is happening. I'm just telling you, you don't get to be a babyface just because you hit a Mexican with a guitar. That's not. No matter that doesn't make you a babyface. That just means that you did what you did. So I don't know. I have a real thing about just assigning labels to people based on whether the crowd likes something or not. You got to be. It's all about your character, man. And if the people that's like saying, "Oh, Steve Austin's a total babyface." Oh, when he was attacking Bret Hart all the time and spitting on him and disparaging his family and stuff like that, he's a babyface.
Sure, he is.
No, he wasn't, and the people hated him. So. When they go back and when you look at the revisionist history of the WWF, every time they go back and talk about Steve Austin's career, they make it seem like he turned babyface the night he said Austin 316 says I just whoop your ass. No, people were booing him for months after that.
Did he? Did they?
Yes. So I'm not gonna let these people tell me I'm supposed to cheer for a group of guys for attacking another group of guys. They're both heels, and they're just in a program now, and I don't know what we're supposed to feel about it. I guess it's just pick your favorite.
What does it say? No matter what Spanish word you use, you are not making Rachel G feminine.
I don't know who Rachel G is. Is that
Rachel Gonzalez?
Rachel. Well,
Raquel.
I don't know who. Yeah, I don't
Raquel,
know who
I'm sorry,
that
Raquel.
is.
That's the
Is it
NXT champion, isn't it?
Rachel Ellering? Is that who you mean?
That girl. That's, talk about a shape. Just.
Yeah.
Oof.
So.
Anyway.
But you were about to say why you love Theory walking out.
Oh, I love the reason why I love Theory walking out is because, again, it's that whole thing. You have the young kid, and he's stuck in the middle of watching his parents argue, and that's what I got out of it. Like I got legit like just disappointment, sadness, like he's losing his family. And I got to be honest, if this faction breaks up, I'll be a little sad because I love the way. I think they're a great faction together. Don't smile at me like that.
Dairy Queens.
I'm sorry, the Dairy Queens. I love them. But
are they baby faces because you love them?
They are. They are to me.
Okay.
Listen, Austin Theory is going to eventually leave. I think this kid is going to be called up very soon. I think he's one of those guys that Vince McMahon went backstage and said, "Oh yeah,"
He already got called up and sent back down, so he's on his second trip to NXT.
He'll come up.
Just so you know.
I know. He'll come up. Anyway.
Okay. Well, let's move on.
Let's move on. Joe is backstage. He's pacing back and forth. Rico says, "Calm down," and Joe explains how he respects him.
Mm-hmm.
Rico wants him to be peaceful. We'll see how that works out. We got the NXT breakout tournament match. Odyssey Jones versus Andre Chase, who just looks like a guy named Steve.
Did I miss Andre Chase's profile video, or did they not have one for him?
Well, they should have, because this was a 50-50 booking of a guy that weighed about 150 pounds, just basically beating the shit out of Odyssey Jones half of the match. I thought this was fucking stupid. Terrible. This was fucking terrible. And Odyssey Jones almost, they almost killed themselves when he did that dive outside the ring, and the kid almost landed on his head. Andre Chase, he overshot whatever spot he was trying to do, jumping from the ring onto the floor, and Odyssey was supposed to catch him. But shit. Dude, this was not
Odyssey
good.
Just yeah, it wasn't. They made a couple mistakes in it, but I don't think that the layout of the match was. There's not much wrong with the layout of the match.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh, come on, vet. You think this kid had a chance? This should have been a squash.
It essentially was a squash. He just got a little bit of something. Look,
he got a lot, dude.
But did he really? Like like a lot of the stuff that it wasn't like he was kicking out of all of Odyssey's stuff or anything like that. It would be like Odyssey would like pick him up on his shoulder, and then he'd like squirm off the back and try to do stuff. He didn't do it. He didn't make Odyssey take some weird bumps that didn't look realistic from a smaller guy. Not like Johnny Gargano would have done. So, I mean, the way they did the match still made sense. Whether you like it or not is a different story, but the logic wasn't too bad in it. Now, there was a couple of spots like the one you said where I'm going to chalk it up to Odyssey's inexperience, because he just didn't catch him. He just fell over.
Right.
Like, he looked like he caught him and then just completely collapsed. So he wasn't ready for the weight of this guy. Looks like he must have weighed a little bit more than 150 pounds the way.
I guess.
Because they said that Odyssey has an 800-pound deadlift.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's
the
pretty
world.
good.
The world record's, I think, 1,000, something like that.
Yeah. So he's pretty good. Now, so when I'm looking at Odyssey, I'm seeing like, now this is the guy, this is the Bronson Reed they want. Not the Bronson Reed they got. This is the Bronson Reed.
Booked at 6'5". He's a shoot 6'3", because I looked him up on college on his football stats.
This is actually a big guy. And even though Bronson Reed also has an 800-pound deadlift, it was only one pancake at a time, so it doesn't count.
Right.
And I will say there was another spot here in this match where Odyssey tried the fat guy cross body, but he didn't quite get it. It looked more like a flying front knee or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree. Listen, this is my problem. I get the whole like speed versus power, but Odyssey is fast as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that guy works quick.
Mm-hmm.
He's very athletic. This guy reminds me of a young Mark Henry.
Okay.
Only at this point in his career, I see more charisma on this kid. I like Odyssey Jones a lot, vet.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing him.
So what he just needs is some time in the oven and some seasoning, and then we'll get what we need from Odyssey Jones. But he's already got more upside than these other fat guys that they've tried to get over.
Absolutely.
Like the one we skipped over with his sit-down interview with Wade Barrett earlier.
You know what? Why don't we go to that really quickly?
No, let's not go to it because there's nothing to go to. We just the reason we skipped over is because there was nothing to say.
Oh, but I want the people to hear the charisma coming off of this guy.
Don't do it.
Oh, I'm doing it.
All right.
Is it going to be an obligatory 5-second commercial? Of course.
I can't even believe that they would upload that as a clip. Like, I'd be embarrassed if I worked there. I wouldn't even have put this shit up there.
How has losing the NXT North American Championship affected you?
I thought you'd ask that, Wade. You know, it's affected me big time. Winning the North American Championship was a big moment in my life, not just for me, but for my friends, my family, my wife, who believed in me for 14 years. And then in an instant, I'm no longer champion. But I can't stay in that mindset. I need to push forward and fight harder than ever.
You say you want to fight harder than ever. Next week, you're stepping in the ring with Adam Cole. Adam Cole, one of the greatest in the history of NXT. Is that really wise?
Wise. I think it's very wise. You know, everyone considers him to be the best. So why not fight the best?
Cut
Wade, we all saw what happened
this
last
shit.
week.
This is horrible.
In his mouth.
This is horrible. Is this because I didn't wish Colin a happy birthday?
Yep.
I'm
that's your
sorry.
punishment. That is your
Happy
punishment.
birthday, Colin. Okay, look.
That's
here's
right.
the deal. That shit was so boring that I just went to sleep and it continued being boring, so I woke back up. That's how boring it was.
Frank's Pickle Burrows. Bronson Reed is just a skinnier Taz? What?
Don't disrespect
Would
Taz
you
like that.
stop? Taz is a fucking Adonis.
Yeah.
Next to this guy. Oh, you mean Taz now?
Even Taz now. Way more over and way more interesting than Bronson. I'm sorry, Bronson. I don't mean anything personal.
Listen, I got 15 minutes to run through this.
I know that.
All right, so
I didn't ask you to play that clip.
I'm sorry. I just had to.
Okay.
Taz was taller. LA Knight versus Drake Maverick. Cameron Grimes in his corner, making sure Cameron Grimes holds up that title. Did you like how they set it up, the finish? Because at the end of the match, you have Cameron Grimes basically being told by LA Knight to hold that belt up, and as he's doing that, Drake Maverick rams LA Knight's head into the belt, rolls him up for the 1, 2, 3. Did you like this?
No, if you want to talk about the other match being like not looking good based on a size discrepancy, you're looking at Marco Stunt territory here. Like, there's got to be something for Drake to do here, and it's not wrestle. But I've been saying that forever.
He's so good.
I think the only match that LA Knight has won since he's been in NXT, it was that $1 million ladder match. Pretty much his only match he ever won.
I never thought of it that way. Yeah, I think you might be right.
I think they're just like messing with him, you know, like to see if he's going to have an attitude. I think they do that sometimes with guys that they perceive to be like marks for themselves. And I think LA Knight is a mark for himself a little bit, but I also think he knows, you know, that it's a business and that he's going to get the most out of whatever he's given. But I think they see him with his ego and they really buy into that sometimes. And, so I think they just want to see like, hey, let's do this. Say the same thing with EC3 when he was in NXT. True. The last time. They kind of they didn't job him out like all the time, but
right.
Definitely times when it didn't really make sense. And that's probably because they figured, you know, they needed to mess with him. But I don't know if you need to mess with EC3. Oh, I know that because I know him personally, and you don't need to mess with him. He knows what business is, and I've never met LA Knight, but I'm sure that he knows what business is, so you don't have to mess with him either. Just do it the right way.
Drake, LA Knight, Eli Drake is actually a pretty cool dude.
And when was the last time Drake was even on TV, right?
Well,
so they drag him out of whatever corner he's whatever sheet of paper he's hiding under, and then they throw him in this match just to go over on LA Knight.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, listen, a couple of things I missed out, or one thing I missed out. MSK was trying to explain during the backstage interview how they got the name MSK because we still don't know what the fuck it means, and then they were interrupted by the two stale guys from England.
Yeah, they hacked into the interview. Yeah. I thought you skipped this on purpose, so I didn't.
No, I didn't. I just, I thought I'd throw it out there. It was just, what does MSK stand for? Mean Street Kids. The Mean Street Kids instead of the Mean Street Posse.
We'll have to ask Mac Mitchell because she's the only one that knows now.
The Mean Street Clan.
You can't have clan with a K. That's not a good idea.
Shit. You're right. All right. So let's go into what do we got here? Oh, yes. Samoa Joe parking lot. Oh, no, wait. That's that. All right. We're going to skip that.
That's after.
That's after. So we're going to go to the main event of the evening. We have Rachel Gonzalez, the champ, versus Zia Lee.
Rachel G. Sweet Rachel G.
Raquel Gonzalez. Dude, must see kids? Is that really it? I think he's right. Society Reviews is right.
They haven't officially said it on television. So.
But I think he's right. That is what they were supposed to be called. But they're like fucking 30. So.
Well, yeah. Well, the longer they drag it out, the less anyone's going to care.
So, Zia Lee is billed at 5'3". She ain't no 5'3".
5 even, maybe.
Versus a 6 foot Gonzalez, who I think is a shoot 6 feet tall. I've seen her on Instagram. And she's very tall. This was an interesting finish. And Zia Lee last week, I'm wondering if there was any retribution here. Because Zia Lee knocked the fuck out of, what's this young lady's name? I forgot her name the other day.
This young old lady, Mercedes Martinez?
Mercedes Martinez knocked her out. And this match ends in a similar fashion as we have Raquel Gonzalez with a senton splash off the second rope, landing flush. She bounced off of Zia Lee. Zia Lee's ribs are broken probably, or maybe she has some type of fracture, or maybe she got the wind knocked out of her. But this was a shoot. I don't care what anybody says. This was not worked in. You could tell what was going on here, Vet. She was fucking hurt, but she was good enough to take that choke slam finish or whatever the fuck it was for the win for Raquel Gonzalez. I don't think this is the way this is supposed to end. And I'm wondering now, Zia Lee has been a part of 2 weird finishes. Does this hurt her moving forward? Will they not push her? Like, what's gonna happen moving forward here?
It should. Well, look, you're asking me again what a WWE company's gonna do. They're
right.
Like, but I'll just say how it should be, not how it will be.
Do it, man.
No, it shouldn't, because only one of, well, actually, neither of those things would have been her fault, but only one of them really could have been blamed on her. Like, if this was a receipt, how is that Zia Lee's fault? So why would they punish her for this receipt? How do you punish somebody for getting a receipt? Like, that's not how it works, right? Also, don't really think that that's a good conspiracy theory that this is a receipt on Zia. But to be honest, like, if that's coming from a fan's perspective, but when you're looking at being like from a worker perspective, and these girls are getting a main event spot, Raquel is not going to do something that would mess the match up.
Okay.
No matter how much heat she had. Like, I don't care if Mercedes Martinez was her mom, which she's probably old enough to be, but, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you wouldn't hash that out on screen in your main event TV match. You would do that at, like, a live event or something like that if you want to throw them receipts in there. But you're not going to... Because what if the match did end because Zia couldn't continue? That would have been the shits, right?
Yeah.
And then people would have said, look, we couldn't even get the finish right because Raquel hurt somebody. Now, would you want to take the chance to do that to somebody yourself?
No.
Especially when you're in this position where they're giving you the ball and letting you run with it?
Right,
No.
right.
So realistically, no. It was probably just that she's bad because she's never done that move before. I never seen her do that move
Neither
before.
have
So
I.
she probably just doesn't know how to work it. So she squished the poor girl.
She
and
did.
that's unfortunate, but hopefully she'll be all right. I don't think this really changes anything for Zia any different than anybody else that's on the, being fed to Raquel right now in her championship run. So she'll probably just move on to something else, and we'll see what that is. But it was unfortunate. You don't like to see stuff like this.
No.
It was awkward as it was.
It was awkward. And I'm going to ask you a quick question before I play this quick 2-minute clip to end the show as we sign off. Who do you think is going to take the belt off of Gonzalez?
I don't know. They don't have anybody right now. But since we're handing out receipts and working stiff, let's see Sarray in there. Let's get her up in there, right? Let's see a match between Raquel and Sarray. I would pay top dollar to see that match.
Holla, holla.
Holla, holla. I also want to say just real quick, just from a technical aspect of this, for Raquel, because most of this match was working on Raquel's leg and her selling it, Zaya kicking the shit out of her leg and working on her leg, right? But I'm not a fan of the Seth Rollins, Young Bucks school of selling where you can do whatever you want on a bad leg as long as you just touch it afterwards. Like, oh, my leg, Like you like, oh, my leg hurts. Drop kick. Oh, right. Oh, my leg. Oh, I'll climb it to the top rope and do a flip. Oh, my leg. You know what I mean? It's like that's not how a hurt leg works. You don't really do that. So I'd like to see less of that.
So really quickly, Society Reviews says, I thought she hurt her shoulder when Gonzalez slammed her first, and Frank's pickle barrel ass is putting over Frankie Monet as the person to take over the title. That's if the title will fit around her waist. I'm just saying.
Put on the shoulder.
Yeah, she sure can. Let's play this 2-minute clip as this show goes off the air with this segment.
Karrion Kross! Come out to play! Where is my young champion? The man who just refuses to learn. So tonight, you're going to learn that there will be a reckoning.
Say again?
What is he talking about?
I don't know. He's very angry, though. I mean, as you can see, Samoa Joe right here is calling out Karrion Kross, and he's yelling and stuff, but all of a sudden, on the screen...
Hey, Joe! Joe!
This isn't the same world you walked away from once upon a time. This is my world now. I am the new beginning, the way of the future. And this means I can go wherever I want.
He's holding the NXT title. So really quickly, I'm going to cut away from this. Karrion Kross basically on screen here in NXT, and he's putting over the fact that, he can do whatever he wants. He's the champ. With that being said, what he did was he beat the fuck out of William Regal, and William Regal is laid the fuck out backstage. Did what happened on Raw take away from this segment for you? Because the fans were going crazy over the fact that Karrion Kross lost to Jeff Hardy as he did on Raw without an entrance, without his lady. And I really want to hear your thoughts on this segment and why, perhaps, before we sign off, because I got about 7 minutes.
Yeah, so it definitely hurt. I mean, I don't know if the fans that are there at NXT care as much, but how do you come back from that? How do you come back from getting rolled up by Jeff Hardy, who is struggling to beat Cedric Alexander on Raw, and then he just comes in and just rolls you up in 2 minutes and just makes you look completely stupid? I'll take this opportunity right now to say, I told you so. What did I say? You have it right here. You can go back and check the tapes.
Yeah.
What I say would happen. With Karrion Kross, I don't care how much money you guys think he is. Once he went up there, I said he would be marginalized, and they didn't waste any time. I thought they'd at least take their time with it. They just made sure to right out of the gate make sure that nobody gives a fuck about this guy at all. Took out his entrance, took out his woman, took everything about him, gave him Jeff Hardy, who doesn't show up on Raw. He's more of a main event guy now.
Right.
Then he loses. Then he looks stupid. Then he comes back here, and we're supposed to care about this thing with Regal, like him and Samoa Joe. I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. What did it do for you?
Well, I mean, Frank's Pickleball asked, Hardy cheated to win. Doesn't seem that big a deal as fans. Okay. I had tweeted out something along the lines of, there are a lot of small people with big influence backstage. This is why this happened. Okay. See, Karrion Kross is, in my opinion, a superstar talent. The guy has money on him. But, Rip Rogers, as you know, would always say, always take an opportunity to shut the fuck up. Am I right? Okay. He got into it with the wrong people. It's that whole situation where a smaller person or a group of people in high school will push you, and they're going to bully you and they're going to fuck with you until you snap, you fight, and you get suspended from school.
Okay.
And this is what happened, I think.
Well, what are you suggesting? Are you suggesting that the Undisputed Era guys and stuff are the reason this happened?
I believe so.
Well, they don't have any weight up there. If they did,
they sure fucking do.
No, they don't, because if
I think they do. I think they're very close. Go ahead.
If they did, they wouldn't have been at NXT for 5 fucking years.
No.
They don't have no pull up there.
They're not stupid.
Zero.
All right, let me tell you this real quick. This is what I think. They're not stupid. They know if they go to the main roster, they're going to be under the microscope of Vince McMahon. They are in a safe space in NXT. Yeah. They're making their money. They're making their merch. They have their big fucking light to shine. Look at Wade Barrett. He put over this goofball as the greatest NXT talent of all time. He goes, you put Adam Cole, baby, in front of fucking Roman Reigns, it's a wrap. So I think these guys are stupid like a fox. That's what I think.
I know, but no, what you're saying makes sense in the NXT world. But again, how are we going to pretend that whenever we're talking about the WWE and the main roster and stuff, then we dismiss NXT and say, oh, that's just developmental. That's just developmental. Now all of a sudden, developmental talents have the clout to bury somebody on Raw and SmackDown? That doesn't add up. That's 1 and 1 making 3. That doesn't make no sense. Johnny Gargano doesn't have shit for pull up there. Adam Cole doesn't have shit for pull up there. You think so? Anybody? No, I do not think so. 100% no.
All right, Society Reviews,
none of those guys.
Society Review writes Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano have the ear of Triple H and Shawn. They 100% have some backstage power, even if it's just in NXT.
And it is. But what did they do in NXT? They push Cross to the moon because guys like Triple H can see something there. And even if Shawn would rather see the small guys do something, we're just assuming that Shawn isn't a fan of Cross. That's just an assumption on our part.
Right.
But even so, Shawn doesn't go up to Raw and tell them how to book their show. And Triple H can go up there. Do you think he's going to try to bury the guy that he's making? I'm sure Triple H is just as mad. If he had any hair left, he'd be pulling that out too, because they're undoing everything he did. Look what happened to Keith Lee on Monday Night Raw too. You know, you just bring him out of nowhere just to lose to Bobby Lashley. Like, okay, these are guys that Triple H has worked hard to develop and help get where they are. And you think that because Adam Cole said something that Triple H would want to bury Cross? Get your head out of your fucking ass.
All right.
All you guys.
All of us. Even me.
Yeah, if you believe that.
No, I don't not believe it.
But Society Reviews is right, because those guys do have the ear of Triple H and Shawn, but that's as far as it goes. It doesn't leave Full Sail University or Capital Wrestling Center or whatever the hell you want to call it.
So I guess we're going to see what's going to happen, dude, moving forward with Killer Cross or Karrion Kross. I think this guy has money. I think this is a guy that you can put in a ring with Roman Reigns and sell out a main event at any pay-per-view moving forward. But it's got to have the pomp and circumstance. He's got to have the entrance. He's got to have his wife. He's got to have the whole TikTok gimmick.
We didn't even see his wife in the car at the end of this show.
I know.
So what does that mean?
I don't know. But we're going to talk about that next week. Yo, dude, I got to get out of here. I got to go get my son. But Vet, this has been a really for a shit show. This has been a fun review. I always enjoy chatting with you every single week. So question, you got hacked on Facebook. Are you coming back or?
I'm trying. That's the one place you can't find me right now.
Right.
And if you do, it won't be me, but everywhere else it's right there. Opinion Haver. You can find me, and I'll be the real me unless I get hacked again.
Right. So you know, you got hot at me yesterday because I kept texting you memes.
Don't try to tell some story that didn't happen. Your version.
It did happen. Okay. You got hot at me. You were like, asshole. I follow you on social media. Why?
Ray made an Instagram post, which I follow him on Instagram, and then he sent me the same exact post in a personal text message, like I wasn't going to see his Instagram feed.
Well, it's nice.
I'm going to see your Instagram feed.
It's
Ray.
nice
I'm
to
going
know
to see it.
I like the fact that you care enough to check my Instagram feed.
I check everyone's Instagram feed.
Oh,
so
that's wonderful. Anyway, listen, guys, like you know, the vet just said, you can follow him at Opinion Haver. You follow me on social media at Big Ray Hernandez, and I'm still on Facebook at Raymond Big Ray Hernandez because I change my password periodically. You might need to do that. Yo, come back, dude. I miss our chats with you and Colin. I really do.
I'm doing my best.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Next Level Wrestling Review here at Hameen Media. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back next week, hopefully at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's if the world doesn't burn down. What do you think?
If I make another pot roast, I can't make any guarantees.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here in the chat. Big shout out to Sonic the Hedgehog, who came up really late. We have a Bad Attitude Austin coming in super late. What? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what, Mr. Attitude Austin, just for you, I'm gonna put this out for you if I can fucking find it. No, not the right one. How about this one?
What?
I'll do it again for you.
What?
One more time.
What?
How about a ban for spamming? How about that?
All right, a ban for spamming. We're going to do that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you have now been blocked. Boom. Heels over strong all day long. YOLO. I can't do that. Goodbye, guys. We'll see you next week.